In the online space, they told you, hey, come for financial freedom classes. Come and gain financial freedom, freedom everywhere. Freedom everywhere. And you are running from one class to another, seeking for freedom here and there. This series is for you. Hi, my name is Mrs. 𝗟𝗦𝗃𝗧𝗏, and I welcome you into another episode of Life Unscripted. In Life Unscripted, I show you how you can become a student for life beyond school system or academic session in order to achieve optimum and sustainable success. This is because life is unscripted and it takes only the discipline of a pen and a paper to write or rewrite your script, because there are defining moments and there are redefining moments. In that light, there are a lot of people who have been able to engage in personal development, but for the fact that they go ahead seeking for the wrong things, especially freedom, when they should be seeking another thing instead. That's why they have been able to go for different events but have not experienced transformation. Hence the need for this particular episode in this series. So if it is your first time, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get a notification when the next content drops. And if you are following on Facebook, hit that follow button, because it's one of the best decisions you're going to make in your life this year and beyond. And of course, I'm going to share with you why. Don't forget your friends, your enemies, your concubine, your parents, your guardian, all that it is that needs to be here, because the envy is less when everyone is succeeding. Now, going into the business of today, I got a certain level of revelation that compelled me into understanding what people should be seeking. And of course, I've experienced it in my life. You know, most of us, including Christians, we read our Bible, when you don't, but we don't study the word to get the revelation part time of what it is we should be doing. Now, I was also part of the people when I saw on social media financial freedom and I ran into the class, and up to today, I didn't experience financial freedom and everything because I was looking for the wrong thing. And because of how I was looking for the wrong thing, and my focus is on that. A successful man will always say, whatever you focus on expands. So because of that, I was focusing on seeking financial freedom even when I have it. But because I'm an ignoramus to understand that I already have this financial freedom, that nobody can actually offer you financial freedom and what you should actually be looking for, I lost I thought that the things I was doing wasn't working, whereas it was working around me, but I could not see. That's why I can agree that not all who have eyes can see. And I have different places where I know I lack clarity, but thank God for accountable relationships. Now, today, I want you to understand the concept of freedom. Now, if you go to your Bible, right, what actually gives you freedom is information, is light. That's why the moment you come into the moment of revelation, light, information that is true to you, because it is only when it is true to you that it sets you free. Now, what is financial freedom? Financial freedom is the ability to do with whatever you want with money, right? You have the freedom, but you don't know. If you have 2,000 naira, you're free to do with it whatever you want. That's financial freedom. You want to buy anything, you want to spend it on anything, that's financial freedom, right? But your source of income, you are so dependent even when you don't want. So one of the things you should be seeking for is independence, because it's in independence that you experience all that it is for abundance. And I'm going to share with you with the word of God. You know, they will always say Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Now, this is a pattern that helps you to achieve independence. Stop seeking for freedom. I'm telling you the truth. Now, this is it. First, Jesus is the way. What happens in the way? Most people are running with speed without direction. So, because they lack direction, they are always wasting their time. And that's why you see a lot of people, they are busy but yet unproductive, right? You see a lot of people working so hard but have no result. You see a lot of people that have the desire to be wealthy but they are not wealthy. It's not manifesting. They are confused about all of these things. Why? Because they are not following the way. What is the way? The way is what Jesus said is the way, is what constitutes the fact that he seeks relationship from you, because it is through him that you find truth. Ah, my goodness. That's why he's the way, then the truth. Do you understand? So he said he is the way. The right way is for you to come to him. because it is in him you find yourself. It is in him you learn to love. That's why the 10 Commandments always focuses on the fact that the first 5 is about your relationship with God, and the other 5 is the relationship, the rest of the 5 is your relationship with people. So why is it relationship with God first? Because you cannot actually love your neighbor as you love yourself if you have not found Christ. So your relationship with God, right, is what is going to show you how to love yourself. And by extension, you can now be able to transfer it to your neighbor. Now, the way is for you to find the model, find the mentor, find that particular space. It is the relationship that helps you because, see, events, teaching brings awareness. That's why even while you were in school, they taught you in class. But because you don't have the discipline that comes with consistent relationship that holds you accountable to make progress, that's why some of the things that you were taught in school that were very legit, you don't even know what to do with it because it was very theoretical. You did not build it as a discipline because that's what relationship does. How many of you really are accountable in your mentorship? How many of you are really maximizing the quality of relationship to actually become? So you need to be able to understand that the way there is relationship. When you now relate with Jesus, he will now be able to reveal things to you. It is in that relationship you get encounters. That's why you have a lot of people when they finish reading a book, but they don't become that book because they don't have a relationship with that book. That's why you see a lot of Christians, they read their Bible from January to December, but they don't study the word to get revelation and truth for themselves to live the life that has been promised and have made available for them. And you know that it is in that particular relationship that you get the truth, and it is in the truth that sets you free. So what constitutes freedom, right? What constitutes freedom is the truth that you have. That's why every key achievement, the first level of any key achievement is self-awareness. That's why it is also a law, a universal law of wealth, where the law of awareness is very, very key. Knowing who you are, knowing that you are a God, because you are made in his image and his likeness, which means whatever that he's doing, you are likely to do, which means every component of Jesus, every component of God is in you. And so him as a creator created creator himself, because that's why you're a replica of him. So when you come into the consciousness of that, you are free to actually create things. And that's where you begin to harness the power to actually create wealth, of which he has commanded you to. So you see, that's a lot of freedom. So imagine you have been doing the things the wrong way. When you now come into truth, there is a sense of relief that comes. That's freedom. Now you have the freedom. You know now that you have the freedom. And you know it is the freedom that now leads you to life. What is the life? The life is abundance. Because his promises in this life is that we experience abundance through independence. Now, because we now have the freedom, we now know that we can create any life that we want. Every single time we take action on that particular freedom we have attained, nourishing our souls and practicing and implementing, you begin to have experience in that which is has made available. Because for every vision, he has made provision. That's why it is called a provision. But it takes you to come into light and come into truth to attain the freedom that helps you harness the power that he has made available for you to create that wealth that you actually desire. So that's why, even in the online space, we have a lot of initiators and less of creators because they have not come into the concept of independence, even when they know that they have the power to create wealth. So they just do things shabbishly. They don't have the power to sustain it because at the end of the day, God needs to take you through that process of independence to be able to entrust resources for you to see the manifestation of things. So stop seeking for freedom. Anytime you are seeking for freedom, it means that you are seeking for clarity. And that clarity, you can get that through relationship. Understand the pattern. Jesus is first the way, then the truth, freedom, where you get freedom, and then the life. The life is now what you experience, what you manifest. That becomes your experience. And because now you grow your independence because you are having an experience in that life. This is not a biblical thing. It's not just about Christian, but it's a law of wealth. Because I've come to understand, and like I shared with you, I've come to understand and be revealed through one of my mentors that the reward of those who do not obey the discipline and the law of wealth is poverty and shame. It is written in Proverbs chapter 12, verse 18. You can do your research. And so today, I want you to understand that you should pay attention to the independence more than freedom. Because when you look at the end of the life you want to experience, you can now be able to take through the process in order to attain it. So stop seeking for freedom, seek for independence. The moment you begin to seek for independence, you will begin to find the way. And when you find the way, you gain clarity to identify the truth. And when you identify the truth which sets you free, you begin to create. And in that your creation of wealth, in that creation of value, you are not able to make yourself so independent. That's why people, they don't even work as much as you work, but they get results more than you. They don't even need to do a 9 to 5 job, but they are earning more than you. So you need to be able to come into that level of independence to experience abundance, which is that has been made available. So how many of us are willing to take that opportunity? That's why we are building confident global champions. And one of the things we share with you there is for you to gain a certain level of clarity so that you can be able to champion yourself into the right way and not running with speed without direction. And so one of the things that we do is that we also help you understand the power of relationship, accountability system that we've made available, specialized training in the diversity of learning to build a habit of study. And this happens not just in one day. We use 1 year to be able to help you establish this habit. And that's why we don't just give it in just a day. That's why we have built this community where you're vulnerable enough to go through the process of this pattern, the way, the truth, and the life. You want to experience that life, you need to become a confident global champion by typing CGC in the comment section, and my team will reach out to you. Or you hit the link in the description of my YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube, or you hit that link on my bio if you're watching on Facebook, and then we'll take this to a whole new level. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you may not be, for my Facebook followers, you may not be able to be seeing me more often these days because I want to focus more of my attention on YouTube as well as Instagram. So anytime you do not see me, make sure you follow me. My name is Chiamaka Linda Veshima. Go to my YouTube channel. You will always find me there more than you want to see me on Facebook. And you can start now to actually check me out on Instagram because I'll be developing more of my content and more of my deep knowledge and insight right from there. I hope this makes a lot of sense to you, and I can't wait for you to see the transition of what the environment and what the season is bringing so that we can really experience this growth and renewal at this season of our life. I can't wait for you to start seeking independence so that you can be able to follow the right pattern that leads you to living the life that you desire, and as well as living your dreams. I still remain your friend, and you'll go to get Edupreneur, founder of the Confident Global Champions Network, Mrs. Chama Kalinda Veshima. And until I come your way again in the next episode of Life Was Scripted, don't forget it is time for you to live the life you are proud of and not the one